Gotta start this late night moon stream. You know what I gotta start on. The day was hot. It was hot. Humidity wise. But I've had a good time. Had a great time. How you doing, Malice? How you doing? All right, today has been a good day. Have you seen my shorts? I uploaded some pretty interesting shorts. I was shooting my Crossman Vigilante. Hello, Phil. I was shooting my Crossman Vigilante into some safety cones. Because of YouTube's policies, I can't show the Crossman Vigilante. But look what this did. You started out here, right? This is where the piercing points, right? Woo! Exit wounds. Oh, yeah. We're talking everything. I got 2 of these safety cones. As you can see. Thank you. Thank you. So true, Phil. So true. That was a lot of fun. I was out in the backwoods and did my thing. Instead of slingshots this time, I decided to set up my table and shoot these safety cones. And I decided to use my Crossman Vigilante. For such a cheap price, this pistol packs a punch. I will say that for the price. You only have to pay $60 for a Crossman Vigilante if the pellets are pointed. It'll go through some stuff, you know. So Crossman Vigilante, get yourself one and some, maybe some Ancient Hornets, .177, or some Prometheus pellets. The Prometheus ones are cheaper than the Ancient Hornets, much cheaper. Just as effective. They're the non-lead pellets. Oh, man, I was talking to a friend of mine tonight. We got into a big conversation about, weaponry. And he just did a video about, about what happened in Cincinnati recently, about, what we can learn from this in Cincinnati. As you know, an older man, I'm getting up in that age, of my complexion, was ruthlessly jumped by youths at a jazz festival, coming back from a jazz festival. There's also something to be learned from this. This is why I won't even go to Baltimore for a concert anymore. I mean, if someone asks me, "Oh, there's this rock band or this band that I like in Baltimore playing," I was like, Nah, nah. Because those cities, they're not safe. They're just not safe. Particularly if you look like me. You know what I mean? I just because they won't make these cities safe, they won't make venues safe. Well, don't give them your money. I would tell you if they don't want to make these cities safe from crime, don't give these blue cities your money. Just don't give them your money. Put your money to rural locations. Take vacations in rural areas and small communities. All right, well, got some good stuff going. All right, well. Oh boy, well, I would say don't point bear mace in the direction of a loved one. Obey the safety protocols. These are not toys, okay? These are not toys, Phil. No, man. Different story there, but why would you do that to your own sister? Are you talking about me, Rocky? Far from a walrus, I'm a wolf. Yeah, that's a possibility, Malice. Oh boy. Well, Malice, like I said, the cities aren't safe. I think we're living in end times. Stay in rural, be rural. Rural is the best way to go. As rural as you can get. All right. We got 7 views and only 1 like. I guess that's balance. We got 8 views and only 1 like. If you just came in, give me a thumbs up. Okay, we got a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things. Backyard Dispatcher. Did you see my recent shorts? I was actually I was shooting these plastic safety cones with my CrossFit Vigilante. Look at the holes I put in this. Woo. Boom, the exit wound, man. My air. The one thing I love about a Crossman Vigilante, it's got some power to it. With pointy pellets, it can be very effective for self-defense. Like the H-10 Hornets or the Prometheus pellets. They'll be very effective. Exactly, and it's cheap. you'll pay about $50 or $60 for a Crosman Vigilante. And of course, the magazines, the 10-round magazines, are a lot cheaper, like $8.99, $5 something. You'll pay like for a pack of these magazines cheaply, 10-round magazines. Yeah. Yes, they're made in China. Most things are made in China. But it's an effective pistol, I will say. I modified it for a quick twist, though. Yeah, about that. The one thing you got to worry about with the Crosman Vigilante, once you twist it, get the quick twist up, right? I modified the handle, cut off half the handle so I can get a quick twist at the bottom of the handle. The one thing you got to worry about with that is the fact that I would only suggest shooting like 2-round magazines, like from it, because if you shoot it on low FPS, if you shoot it on low FPS, you might get a pellet jamming the barrel, and you don't want that. Okay, so never shoot on low FPS. Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't make that much noise. It's just a pop, pop, pop. It's not like a boom, 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 so it's okay. It's not going to make a big noise, which is okay with me, Not enough to basically have gunshot detectors. But yeah, you want to use the type of pellets you want to use, for example. Oh, yeah, Andrew. Make noise. By all means, make noise. Backyard dispatcher. But yeah, I only suggest 2 types of pellets. You got the .177 .77 H&N Hornets, or if you want to go cheaper, which is just as effective but very cheap, you can use the Prometheus pellets. And Crosman makes a pellet almost exactly like it, so a exact copy of that pellet. So it's I just like, so there's these pointy pellets, these Prometheus pellets that are pretty good. You know what I mean? Oh boy. One thing you want to do if you use the Prometheus pellets is oil your barrel a lot with silicone lubricant, because it will basically damage your barrel with the plastic skirt collar around the metal pellet. So yeah. Oh, the Gamma rockets! I'll try them out. I found that pointy pellets are more effective at piercing flesh. If you you can modify the bottom handle if you use a Dremel and a heavy grit sandpaper into a quick twist, so you don't have to open up the handle. That's what I do. Simple but effective. And of course, these magazines, they're dirt cheap. You can buy them real cheap. Oh, good idea. It's summertime now. I don't think you have to do that as much, backyard dispatcher. But yeah, um, uh, this is I'm summertime. It's so I'm still enjoying the summer. So I was really hot today, but I still went out and got the footage. I did the little shorts, you know, that were a lot of fun. Now, I was taught. I guess I'll say this again because, well, you weren't here, backyard dispatcher. I'll make a quick synopsis of a Cincinnati Jazz Festival. People of our complexion were attacked, jumped, you could say, in Cincinnati. And I would say that going to the big cities anymore is dangerous, particularly if you look like a certain type of ethnicity that is demonized. The youths will not be happy with you. So I'd say pack heat when you have to go to there. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Backyard dispatcher. I would say keep your launcher ready. You know, good idea. Lastly, if these monsters if these monsters see a gun, they will run. I am doing well, Mimi. Why so? If you got bear mace, use it. If you got pepper ball launcher, use it. If you got black powder, use it. And that's why you need a Mr. Boom Boom, dark skinned Phil. That way, if he tries it, he won't try it again. He'll get the well-deserved rest he needed. His eternal rest. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mimi. God bless you. I'll pray for you now. Jesus Christ, now I pray for Mimi's good health. Amen. Well, I'll put it this way. It's a lot cheaper to use pepper balls. They do the same thing pretty much. Check your local laws, though. If some states don't allow pepper balls, but pepper balls pretty much create a dust cloud around and make them go, and cause eye irritation, makes them less willing to fight. The sword or the other thing, backyard dispatcher. Welcome, Mimi. All right, that's what I'm going to say. You need your projectile weapons. Something's better than nothing. Yeah, if they can't breathe, they can't fight. Bottom line, they can't mob you if they can't breathe. And if they're if they're coughing on pepper dust, well, on capsaicin dust, not your problem. But I'll say get the hell out of there. After everything's done, make your exit pretty quick. Oh yeah, you're gonna really get an RPG, Malice. How are you gonna get an RPG? Okay, concentrate on what you can actually attain, Malice. Good one. You realize that's only good for one shot, right? Malice. And it's very difficult to carry around with you. Mm. Oh, yeah. We're talking about an RPG. Apparently, Malice wants to get an RPG. I'm like saying, how? An RPG is an anti-armor personnel, an anti-armor weapon, pretty much used by the Russians, the the Afghanistan's people. Yeah, I mean, it's not like no, you're a civilian. You think you're getting an RPG? You know? Yeah, you want one. Yeah. If you if you you can try that. You got to watch your laws because there's laws against making an explosive device. You realize that, right? There's laws against that. There's serious laws against. You could get some serious trouble for that. Yeah. Well, the reason for that is an RPG is a military anti-personnel weapon. It is literally designed to take on tanks. You realize that, right? It's an anti-tank weapon. Okay, uh, dude, it's not self-defense. That's not. It also has an explosive warhead. So yeah. Doubt it. So I think you're going a little overkill, Malice. Well, unfortunately, a lot of things wishes were coins. I'd be a rich man. Okay, we can wish for a lot of things. We can concentrate on what we can get. You know, concentrate on something that's not gonna put a terrorism charge on your ass. You know what I mean? Well, there's a lot of things I wish I could have. Okay, but I concentrate on what I can get. Okay, what is adequate, what I can use. Yeah, get an AR-15. You know, get an AK-47 if that's what you want. If you're in a state that's 2A and you don't have any criminal record, you can get one. But you ain't getting no RPG. No, no, no. That's an anti-tank weapon. And if you get one, and if the feds find out you have one, oh, you're going to do some serious time. You know? because that's more than a firearm. That is an explosive device. Okay? Highly regulated. Mm-hmm. You could do that. You could have an armored vehicle, maybe not a tank, but a vehicle that's heavily armored. You could turn your car, if you wanted to, into something similar to a tank. There's this company that bulletproofs cars. You know, they put Kevlar, bullet-resistant glass on there. You could do that. I don't think you can do that. Well, that's something you can't do naturally. You can harvest eggs from ducks, but not milk them. Oh, what's the question? I didn't see it. No one's saying it can't, Mimi. What? No, because of the reason. Ducks are birds. They're avians. They're not the same as mammals. Ducks don't nurse their young. They lay eggs. Very different. All of a sudden, you're the penguin riding that big old duck. No, man. I don't know. Mimi, why would I bring this stuff up? We're talking about firepower here. That's funny, Mimi. Oh, boy. Well, we don't like fakers here. And I don't agree with your statement on that one. You don't put a fake Mimi in there. You can go. Accept no substitutes. Only the real Mimi is allowed in this chat. No imposters, if you please. You're welcome, Mimi. I think I've heard of him. But Malice, if you want to get some firepower, by all means, go ahead. But be realistic about what you can get. You know, don't be just be realistic, okay? You know. Well, I care about you, Mimi, and I prayed for you. I've kind of been busy lately, Mimi. I did some shorts. where, as you know, Mimi, I just put some nice holes in these plastic safety cones. Look at this. Boom, boom. Front holes, exit holes. God bless you, Mimi. God bless you. You know? Well, yeah, I'll make some more targets. This was just something for fun. I just wanted to do some distance shooting a little bit, shoot from a distance. So I bought these cheap safety cones. They were on sale at the Dollar Tree. They're not made from really heavy. Greg, how you doing? Did you see my new shorts? Yeah, I'm probably not going to celebrate this year. I know, I like that stuff too. Mimi. Oh yeah, thank you, Greg. Oh, it's on my channel. It's in my shorts, the short clips. You know. Okay. I think I'll show it right here. You know. Well, would you look at this? It's hard to see. A lot of holes in these safety cones. You get it. I could go back to karaoke just for content. I could do that. No. Yeah, I was having fun today. Of course, it was pretty harsh getting there and doing what I got to do, but it was fun. Possibly, I guess so. Oh, yeah. Well, I got a good reason because I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe that we should have rights. I don't think the government should ever tell us what kind of guns we cannot have and what we can't have because we don't want gun control in America. That's the least thing we want. We're fighting with, the liberals have been attacking our rights to bear arms. And we have every reason in a country like this to have our weapons because, well, we have bad elements here. We have criminals. We have a lot of things going on here. And you forget the Second Amendment is not about hunting. It's about, if you read the documents of the Founding Fathers, it's about a case of a future time where the government goes rogue. Now, man. Read the papers. It's not common sense, okay? You know how many people get killed by AR-15s? A very small minority of people ever get killed by AR-15s. It's bullshit. You're blaming the tool and not the person behind it. It is the hand that animates the weapon, okay? It's this, and it's this. This creates the weapons, okay? The human mind is the most lethal weapon in the world because it creates the weapons. Through thousands of years, this has created the most lethal weapons in history. So I think you're full of crap, Jonathan. I mean, possibly. Yeah. Well, look what happened up in Afghanistan. You don't have to fight a conventional war anymore. You don't need a lot of numbers. You can fight a guerrilla war and win. The Viet Cong showed us that. All it takes is a couple of people with AK-47s or AR-15s to basically fight a prolonged guerrilla war. So I don't know where you think the American people are armed for one reason. And it's not just there's violent crime in our country. And you want to disarm us. Bull crap. And you think disarming people is going to basically stop the violent crime? No. Criminals don't follow the laws. Yeah, criminals don't follow the laws. They're going to have AR-15s. They're going to have AK-47s. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah. Oh, really? You're full of crap. You know what I mean? That's what you were insinuating, Jonathan. And your last name is Ezel. That tells me a lot. You know, in Israel, everyone's packing heat. But for some reason, you don't want us Americans to be packing heat. Go fuck yourself. I'll say that. Bullshit, Jonathan. Bullshit. You're playing word salad. I know what you're saying. Oh, let's just ban the automatic weapons. Then they go after all the. Then that sets a precedent, right? They go after the other stuff. Then they go after then it's like then you end up like Europe, where everything's banned. I know how this ends. So that's the reason why a lot of Second Amendment people are gung ho, because we're not going to give up our guns. Thank you very much. And any capacity. That's a big go fuck yourself. Because that's freedom. You don't like it? Go someplace else. And that's all I'm going to say to you. That's all I need to say to you. Thank you. Jonathan Ezel. Thank you. Yeah, I know. That's all I'm going to say. You know, I don't usually like to use cuss words. I don't. But at the same time, you want to mess with our rights, our fundamental rights. You know, his last name is Ezel, right? That's a very kosher name, you know. And I have nothing against kosher people, but at the same time, in your country, you would literally have people walking around with AK-47s, you know, Jonathan, you know what I mean? But you want to disarm me. No, thank you. Amen, Malice. Amen. But Jesus said, and here's what Jesus said to his disciples. You're going to love this. He said, sell your cloak and buy a sword. And back then, a sword was the pistol of its day. Amen. They weren't talking about anything. So the disciples of Jesus literally carried swords. Boom. I didn't silence you. I'm not butthurt by what you're saying. I just think you're full of crap, and I think you're a hypocrite, Jonathan, because in your own country, you literally have women and men running around with fully automatic, with semi-automatic, like AR-15s. Yeah, in Israel. So, and I don't really care about that. More power to you. You have like your men and women running around armed. Yeah, that's right, Greg. I have no problem with that. At the same time, do not tell us that we can't be armed. Please. That we can't have the same protection. Yeah, right. Yeah, dead voters. Yeah. Yeah. Who in life never voted Democrat. Isn't that ironic, don't you think? Comedy flu. You're definitely a big ghost. That's what I can do. We'll see. Hold on, wrong one. I'll try to get to comic for you. Know about what? All right, I did it. Oh boy. Well, I don't really want to know about your personal life, Comedy Flu. All right, we got 12 views, only 6 likes. Give me some more likes, people. Give me some more likes, more thumbs up. You just came in. Oh boy, we got a troll here. I know, I know. You know what to do, Greg. How do we deal with trolls? Yeah, that's how we deal with trolls. Thank you, Mimi. All right, Greg. All right. There's a criteria. Do you have videos on your channel? So I can know who you are, contact you. Oh, thank you, Comedy Flu. God bless you. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, you need to get an avatar too and some videos on your channel. Well, I would tell you part of the criteria is you've got to get an avatar. Basically, a picture of something instead of this M. You know what I mean? You also need to put some videos, some content on your channel. I know, but there's still criteria, Mimi. You know? It wouldn't be right if I didn't tell them the criteria. And it gives them a challenge. Yeah. All right. Well, we're doing well. I guess it's the. I didn't even need to snap my fingers this time. Good idea. Good idea, Greg. I've seen some of your videos. Oh, I know it's the same troll, but they're not bothering me. Oh boy, but I'm enjoying it. After absolutely, I'm enjoying throwing them out. Sometimes you got to enjoy the throwing someone out on their ass. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just plain fun to toss a jackass. Have fun while doing it. I know, Greg. I know. All right. Well, we're talking about different things. I was, I love this knife. This is a cheap beater knife. I've used it many times. Razor sharp out the box. You can shred paper with it. For a cheap price, like $8.99, I paid for it. It's been a very good knife. Hey, you know, That's not very nice to disrespect the dead. Thermos? What are you talking about? Like thermos? I'm confused. Maybe I'm not up to the latest terminology, I guess. Oh, yeah. Well, I did personalize the sheath a little bit. I used some Rob line, which is made of Kevlar, tougher than paracord. So I personalized the sheath. I made it like this. Oh, this is basically oh, oh, this this is basically, you get this from Walmart. It's basically an Ozark thing. It's basically a canteen or a sport bottle you can get in the camping section at your local Walmart. It's like an Ozark Trail. Yeah, Ashley Babbitt lost her life. It's not very nice to speak ill of the dead like they did. All right. And of course, there's this whole trend of the liberals trying to cancel Hulk Hogan. Yeah, cancel culture's over, jackasses. Hulk Hogan was awesome. There was one woman who made a tweet about Hulk Hogan's death, and she's the one who got canceled. See, there ain't no liberal cancel culture anymore. We'll cancel you. We're nail on. I know that, but there was a woman on the school board who left like a tweet on X and said something bad about Hulk Hogan. She regretted it. She regretted it. I grew up watching Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, near the end of his life, turned to Jesus, became devout. Nobody's perfect. Awesome, Phil. I was a fan of his growing up. Oh, man. Well, this has been a great stream. He did. I believe Hulk Hogan is in heaven right now because he believed in John 3:16. Oh, yeah. They're great. Ric Flair is still around. The Macho Man is no longer around. I'm not concentrating on that, okay? You have to understand, this is an outdoor channel, okay? This is also a self-defense channel. So, I don't concentrate on things I can't control. G. Comer. Okay, this is another thing for a lot of people think. Don't be so concentrated on things you can't control. Okay? In life, there's a lot of things we can't control in life, okay? A friend of mine named Bob said, don't concentrate on things you can't control, okay? Things that are outside your influence. Concentrate on things you can control, that you can do. You know what I mean? In your own area, in your own space. And I agree with that. Yeah, he did, Mimi. Yeah, yeah, he is, Mimi. All right, well, that being said, I think we've had a very nice stream. Things are winding down. We talked about some things. Be prepared. Be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. That's all I got to say. And God bless you. And all glory goes to God.